Most absurd things billionaires have bought. A pigeon. Chinese billionaire Hu Zhenyu bought a Dutch pigeon at an auction for nearly $329,000. Pigeons are typically seen as rats with wings, infested with fleas and diseases, as well as being found in numerous places around the world. But Dutch pigeons have become popular in racing, and Yu spent the money so that he could breed the pigeon. A watch. Typically, watches are already an expensive purchase. Master watchmakers are a rarity these days thanks to the innovations of digital timepieces. However, watchmaker Patek Philippe spent 8 years crafting an expensive watch, which would eventually sell for $100 million to an anonymous buyer. Whether or not the purchase is worth it, only time will tell. Multiple mansions. Larry Ellison is so filthy rich that he actually owns 8 different mansions and decides which one to sleep in each night. He is worth about $43 billion thanks to his role as CEO for the software company Oracle. One of the 8 mansions is also the largest mansion in Woodside, California, which he bought for $110 million. A hot air balloon. David Koch of the Koch brothers is worth about $19 billion, and he has spent a considerable amount of money trying to debunk Al Gore's claims about climate change. But his most absurd purchase was a hot air balloon for the hot air tour that stops in cities all over the United States, as a way to show that climate change was full of hot air. This is where we're supposed to laugh. Gold plate plane. The Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, is worth around $40 billion, leaving his bank vulnerable to frivolous purchases. Most wealthy people own a small private jet with some luxuries, but Bolkiah actually bought a jumbo jet and had several parts of the inside plated with gold, like the tub and wash basin. The plane by itself cost around $400 million, and decking it out in gold cost another $120 million. Pet trust fund. Queen of Mean Leona Helmsley cut her grandchildren out of her will and made her Maltese, named Trouble, the inheritor of a trust fund, which is valued at $12 million. After Helmsley's death, the money was spent on guards for the dog, as well as being transported in a stretch limo. A judge eventually cut Trouble's inheritance to only $2 million, with the rest of the money going to charity. A yacht. The Eclipse is the world's second largest private yacht, measuring over 536 feet long. Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich paid well over $380 million to become the newest owner of the Eclipse. The purchase alone is absurd, especially considering that Abramovich also owns a private island, so who knows what he's doing with all that extra space. Virgin Galactic. Richard Branson is the CEO of Virgin Enterprises. From record companies, airlines, phone networks, and more, Virgin seems to be slowly taking over the world, and Branson hopes that he can take over space as well. He has spent millions of dollars developing a way to go out into space for commercial space travel. Branson has also been selling seats for $200K to celebrities and millionaires on a concept that hasn't been released to the market yet, doubling the absurd purchase standard. Homeless. Nicholas Bergeron is worth about $2 billion for his work in investing in philanthropy. Since obtaining his mass wealth, he has also become a lavish spender. Technically, he is homeless. He's not living on the streets or anything, but instead, he spends his money living in luxury hotels. He could probably buy a mansion for the quarter of the cost of hotel expenses. But let's be honest, hotels are pretty fancy. We hope you enjoyed this video, as absurd as it was. Check out these links, you might be able to find other videos you like. Don't forget to subscribe!